Hi, welcome to Live Messages. My name is Andrew Spirit. We're just going to wait a few minutes for a few more to join us. It's probably going to be a smaller group since this is on YouTube. So if you're new here, just let me know. How it usually works is you're welcome to post comments and questions. And if any of your guides, angels, loved ones, etc., give me a message for you, I will just call out to your name and share the message. And typically I was doing this on Facebook, but I've had some difficulties on that platform, so I hope to be back there next time. Hi, Vincent. Nice to see you. Hopefully we'll be back on Facebook soon. Had a few problems with Facebook, but by the next live, which is 2 weeks from now, every second Thursday at 7 p.m. I do the lives. Hopefully it will be on Facebook again. So if you don't already follow me there, just look me up, Medium Blessings Andrew Spirit, the same name on Facebook, and follow me. I'm also on Instagram. Not doing lives there yet. I need to reach about 1,000 followers first, so I'm nowhere near that just yet. So in the meantime, I'm just posting other events that I'm doing in the areas and other podcasts that I'm involved in. Just had one put out live today. So visit my Instagram or my Facebook page, and there will be a link for the podcast. I was a podcast for a host in the States, just talking about mediumship, psychic abilities, a little bit about my personal history and journey, and a little bit about my book as well. So, like I said, I'm not sure how many we're going to get live today since it's YouTube, but feel free to post comments or questions or just say hi. And when I start connecting, if I'm drawn to you, I will just give what I get, give the message. If you'd like to know more about me and my offerings, I've just posted my website in the link. Hi, Izzy. Thanks. Yeah, glad you liked it. Podcast was a lot of fun. I'm planning a few more with some other hosts soon. I've put a couple up. There's a couple up on my Instagram. I think they're both on my Facebook, but I'm going to try and do more of those going forward. Really enjoy them. And hopefully I'll be back on Facebook soon. So we're just going to see how the live goes. And if anybody else is new or you're not sure how it works, please ask, post your questions. I'm going to start tuning in soon. And okay, and if you have questions, general questions about spirit, I'm happy to answer that as well. So looks like we have one here. So before we get into the messages, I'm just going to answer a question here about what becomes of murders. So basically, if someone takes the life of another in this lifetime, they have to balance out that karma. So they don't basically get sent to hell. There's no real hell. They don't get written off permanently. If they have done wrong, if they have caused severe harm or death to anyone else, then they will have to experience the other side of the coin, or in other words, balance out that karma either in the same lifetime or another one. And basically, everyone gets home, everyone makes it. You don't just walk in, no responsibility taken. Everybody gets to go back to source or home or AKA heaven, whatever you want to call it. It's just that you have to balance out all the positive and negative deeds that you've ever done. So yes, everyone does get back to the fold, but they have to make up for everything they've done, all their contributions, positive and negative. So hope that helps you out. Great question. A lot of people wonder about that because they fear that there is a literal place called hell. That's a man-made construct. There's no physical hell. It's more of a compensation and retribution for everything you've done, good and bad. So hope that clarifies for you. Thanks for the question. Okay. We will do some messages as well, but I may as well do both. So if you have questions about spirit or guides or angels or anything along those lines, you're welcome to ask. We do have a small group tonight, so I will do both messages and general questions about spirit. So you're welcome to ask. Okay. Let's see where we're going here. Okay. Okay, I got one for Izzy. Izzy, I think that's Isabel, right? Isabella, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Izzy, Spirit's actually bringing this message in a very kind of comical way. They're playing a song for you, and the song is about, it's called Invisible Man. I think it was a 90s song. And basically, what Spirit is trying to say with this song it's playing, it is saying you are not being visible enough with your intentions, and you're not putting the right energy out there to help you find the right direction. You're being a little bit too, I don't want to say withdrawn. You're just basically laying a little bit too low. You're not putting yourself out there enough. You're being too cautious. You're keeping a bit of a lower profile than you should. If there's something you want to go after, you got to put yourself out there. You got to be visible. You got to be vocal. You got to speak what it is you're looking for. You can't sort of keep it to yourself and self-isolate. The feeling I'm getting here is you're just being a little bit too invisible. Got to get out there more and be loud, be proud. Speak your truth, express, make your intentions known. The more people that know about what you're looking for, what you need, the easier and the quicker you'll be able to get closer to what it is you actually want. If you just keep it to yourself, it's going to be much, much harder to get to your goal, have your needs met, whatever the case is. So I'm telling you to put yourself out there more, basically. To make it short and sweet, put yourself out there more, more active pursuing. So this feels like a time for you in particular to be more active with pursuing whatever it is you want, whatever it is you need. You got to take those little action steps. And if you hit a dead end, don't let that stop you. Just carry on in another direction. Okay, so not knowing why, yeah, that can keep you stuck. So sometimes we go through, and I'm in one myself right now. We go through a period where we don't have clarity. We're not sure what we're supposed to be doing. It doesn't seem clear. And what I have gathered and been told and heard, when you are in a situation like that, just pick a direction as best you can. Just take one or two steps. Just do something. The goal doesn't have to be clear. You don't have to be super clear about what it is. Just take some form of action step. Doesn't have to be a big one. Just put your vibes out there. Communicate. Try something. Take a step or two. Try and get a vague idea and go with that. And you'll find with taking a few steps, you get more traction. You start to build momentum. When you have momentum, you pick up the pace and you get a little bit faster at finding the next step. So it's not going to be an easy dead straight line. You might have a bit of meandering. You might go left for a while and you have to come backtrack and go right. Point is, there's no set time or deadline. Sometimes Spirit just wants you to trust. So find just a general direction or a pull, ask your intuition, and just move towards something. It doesn't have to be clear enough. Just move towards something, and slowly, with persistence and patience, at some point, you'll get more clarity. So that's all they're giving me for you to work on now. It's like they're giving you a few breadcrumbs. Just trust the process, go with that, and see how that works for you. Okay. As for my podcast, Vincent, the podcast was streamed on YouTube. I did share the link on both my Facebook personal page and business page, and it is also on my Instagram account of the same name. So the link to that YouTube, it's on YouTube podcast, is available on both my platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Actually, I even posted it on my YouTube channel. So after the live, if you check my YouTube channel, I posted it today. There will be a link to it as well. So you can find it on any of those three. You can find the link to my podcast. And it's with a lady named Amanda Baker. She was the one who interviewed me. So you should have no problem finding it. All three of my platforms, the link is there and it's streamed on YouTube. Okay. Okay. Sure. It looks like I've got one for Shar 15964. Not sure what that's your Facebook handle. I mean, sorry, your YouTube handle at Shar 15964. I'm picking up on it's an elemental. It's a fairy guide, very much like Tinkerbell. Beautiful winged fairy is hovering around you and advising you to take things very lightly and be a little bit delicate with yourself. So no rough stuff, no burdens. Don't put any unnecessary burden or strain on yourself for the next little while. Now's the time to just go a little bit easier. If that means slowing down a bit, so be it, but not too much pressure on you, mentally especially, not too much mental pressure, and just be a little bit more delicate with yourself. It feels like you need to literally have some. It's like the guides are showing me they want to give you some TLC, literally just pamper you and keep you very comfortable and soft and have you not do too much. And just basically, it's like they're treating you like a delicate, fragile newborn. So they want to be very gentle with you and they want you to do the same for yourself. So this seems like a time where you need to have a bit of pampering, a bit of TLC, and just be more delicate with yourself. Hope this is resonating. Hope it makes sense. Okay, I am particularly being drawn to any kind of mental distress or disturbances or strain, particularly on your mental field. So any strain on your thoughts, maybe even in dreams, just concerns or worries, even if they're not realistic. This is your mental field, your mental body that needs a break, and it needs some TLC. So yeah, your mind needs to stop. It's like you need to unplug from a few things. Unplug your mind from a few things and just be gentle. Be very gentle with your mind and yourself. Yeah. Okay. And now is a totally appropriate time to be more alone with yourself, to sort of cocoon a little bit and spend more time just with yourself. That's appropriate for you right now. So hope that helps. Just do that whenever, as much as you can, and don't be in a rush. Just be patient. We all go through these phases where there's a lot of unclarity and fogginess, and there's things going on in the atmosphere and in the planetary alignments and other things, and whatever your life contract involves. Me, for example, my really good camera is not working, so I'm back to having to use the original built-in laptop camera because my external really good crisp clear camera is just on the blink again. Second time it just stopped working. I've had it before where just one day it decides to work again. Tonight it's not doing it for me. Some people are experiencing technical issues or glitches with their equipment, with their devices. I'm getting a little bit of that as well. And there's a lot of fog and unclear unclear energy around me. So I'm just patiently sitting with that and working through it, and it will shift. I've just got to go with that. I've had some really challenging Facebook issues. So at some point, it's going to have to clear itself up and should be back on track. But for now, I've just got to go with it. There's always up and downs, right? It's like the particle and the wave, ups and downs. What goes up must come down, but it won't stay down. It'll come up again. It's not always going to be constantly smooth or constantly unpleasant. We fluctuate. So this is normal. And the brighter you shine, the opposing energies don't like that. So sometimes they just raise the bar a bit and give you a tougher time and test you. Life tests you. That's all it is. So it's not right or wrong, good or bad. It's just how it goes. Surrendering is sometimes the best thing to do, and you make do with what you have, what you can in the moment. Okay. Let's see. If anybody is around the Brockville, Eastern Ontario area, we're having an event on March 20th, gallery style reading in my hometown, Brockville. And then in May 9th, the Mother's Day weekend, I will be in Ottawa, Nepean Sportsplex in Ottawa. So if anybody is in that area and you'd like to come out for either a copy of my book, I'll be selling copies of my book, Simply Spirit. I'll also be doing readings at the Psychic Fair. It's at the Nepean Sportsplex in Ottawa. That's May 9th, around the Mother's Day weekend. Come out if you can. Other than that, all my offerings I do remotely online as well. My intuitive Reiki, I do online. I can do distant healing. Same with the readings. Spiritual mentoring, it's one-on-one mentoring. I do that online mostly as well too. So if any of that interests you, or if you know anybody who's looking for some spiritual development guidance and wants to take classes or readings or healings, please have them connect with me anytime. I'd love to help. If anybody has other general questions about your spirit guides or angels or energies, anything spiritually related, you're welcome to post them. Like I said, we have a small group, so there won't be a huge amount of messages like usual. So you're welcome to post your general questions about spirit as well. And we'll just see where this goes. I'm really hoping and looking forward to be on Facebook in the next live. So 2 weeks today, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be posting on my Facebook page again. Hopefully it'll be on Facebook. If not, a link will be back to the same YouTube channel until we get that fixed up. And please also visit me on Instagram. And if you wouldn't mind following me, I need to reach 1,000 followers so I can do lives there as well. I'd like to have that as a backup. So please check me out on Instagram. I've got some really cool clips of my podcasts and also my recent trip back home. Every January, I go back home and visit my parents, and it's always wonderful and interesting things to see. So if you're interested, check that out as well. Okay, we're going to get back to with spirit and see where we're going, or if anyone has any other questions. Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. I think I'm going with, is it Georgeson 88? Georgeson 88. I'm drawn to you, but this is kind of interesting. So Georgeson 88, as I'm drawn to energy, Spirit's giving me this interesting visual and message. it looks like your energy is under construction. If you can picture like the game of Tetris, but it's starting from the ground, not from the top, and I'm seeing these big, it's like these shiny black obsidian color building blocks, and I'm seeing your energy as like a very solid, thick wall, and it keeps on building itself up, but it's not complete yet. It's like construction's going on, and your energy these blocks keep moving. So it's trying to build up. It looks like it's trying to build up a barrier or a wall, but it just keeps moving the blocks around, and nothing's really getting completed yet. So it feels like you're in some kind of change phase, reconstructing your energy, but you're not ready yet. You're under construction. You also have some protection. It's like you've got a black. One of the representations of black, depending on the context, is it means protection. It's like if you wear black, one of the meanings is you're wearing protection for yourself. It feels like you are being energetically protected because something in you needs to be reconfigured, reconstructed, reconfigured. So it's really not easy for me to kind of push through and tap right into your energy and get specifics and details. Your energy is basically guarding you from anything outside of it, any external energies, including myself. So it's not really letting me read you very clearly. It's like I'm hitting a protective wall there, and I feel like I'm not welcome to intrude on that because something in you is being reworked, reassembled, changed, reconfigured. So let me know if this is making sense to you, if you're getting that message is resonating with you in some way, because they're not really letting me in. They don't want to let me in. They're just showing me what's going on. So you may have to be patient with yourself for a little while because it's not clear to me and it might not be clear to you, but something's changing with you. Something's being reconstructed within you, and no message or clarity is given yet. So, okay, good. I'm glad it resonates because they're telling me not getting access, not information for me today, but there's a reason for it. So you need to just be patient with yourself. Energetic change is going on with you. It's probably a good thing. So just basically when you can't do much about it, take your hands off the wheel and you just surrender to it. And it works out the way it's meant to work out. So not much, but that's all I'm getting. So I hope that helps you a little bit. All you can do is just be patient and go with it. That's it for now. Okay. Okay, Shar 15964, I believe there was a message for you earlier. I know I gave you a message a few minutes ago. Oh, yeah, you got it. It wasn't too hard connecting with you. Usually it's fine. Spirit gives me whatever they want to give me. So usually it just goes the way it goes. Sometimes they don't give me much and there's a reason for that. So for the most part, they're not too difficult. I've come across the odd person. It's rare, but it's very rare there's someone I cannot read at all. Usually it's fine. Usually it works out. Okay, let's see. We've got a question here. Do we carry anything other than possible memories from past lives to the current one? I remember a few of mine. Yep, some people do in fact remember past lives. They carry wounds from past lives. They carry unresolved issues. Sometimes they have to continue working on something that they didn't quite finish off in another lifetime. It's normal. It happens. I, for example, have never remembered any of my past lives. I've had to rely on someone else that is doing a past life regression session on me to tell me what they saw because I am not consciously aware of it. I don't recall them. I need help from someone else, a channel healer, to bring that up for me. Some people do remember them, especially if they're important and they need to be finished off or resolved in this lifetime. So sometimes it's there for you to finish up something. finalize something. Sometimes it's there just to help you a little bit with something in the present life that you were maybe better at or very skilled at in a past life. Or you need to connect with someone else in this lifetime that you were connected with in a past life, where you need to either help them or they got to help you, or you got to work something out. So yes, we don't just carry memories. The cells in your body, every cell in your body has memory. It carries memory. So we carry not only memories, we carry talents, skills, wisdom that we've acquired. For example, if you ever wondered, I'll give you an example. Ludwig von Beethoven, the composer, classical music composer, he eventually became deaf, but he was such a purely gifted channel. He was like an open channel that just received all that music that he wrote. He didn't have to try. That was his purpose. It was just channeled to him, and he retained it and wrote it. And sometimes young musical geniuses that are in this current lifetime can, for example, 4 or 5 years old, play like the most complex, technical, amazing music pieces ever, and you wonder how they do that. There could be a connection to past lives. So you can bring in skills, knowledge, and who knows what else. Everything is connected. All your past lives are interconnected. Everything's energy. So we can bring just about anything from other lifetimes. Like I said, we're not separate from anything. So great question. Thanks for the question. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to look up something for you and try and get it for you quickly. So I mentioned earlier, I've started doing more podcasts. So once in a while, I'll connect with someone in a different country, and they'll host me on a podcast. I do a couple of local, some of them are US, and I find them very, very helpful, insightful. I like sharing what I do and what I know. I like connecting with other people. So I'm just going to share this with you in the comments. So I've just posted the link. This is from my Instagram account. So the podcast host was called, it's a lady called You Amaze Me. Her name is Amanda Baker. She's on Instagram. She's on Instagram and YouTube. So she's got both Instagram and YouTube channels. So there's a quick link for you if you're interested in listening to the podcast where she interviewed me. There's a little bit about my personal journey there as well. My main clairs, my two strongest clairs that I use, clairvoyance and claircognizance. We talk a little bit about that, a little bit about my book, Simply Spirit, which is also available online. And I'm lining up a couple more podcasts. I'm still in the process of setting a time to do them. So they'll be coming forth in the next maybe month or so, give or take. What else? I mentioned the 2 fairs. Every second Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm live. Group readings. If anybody is interested in group readings, I typically do them at in-person venues, but I have done a couple online as well. So if you are interested in organizing a group reading with friends and you're too far away from my city of Brockville, Eastern Ontario, I do them online as well via Zoom. Okay, let's see. We've got another question here. Do we have someone who we are connected to who conducts judgments and such? I'm trying to make my... Okay. Okay, so the bald guy you're remembering, that could be one of your spirit guides. So we don't really get judged in the way we think we do. Humans come up with things like good and bad and punishment and reward. It's not really exactly like that in the spirit realm. So when you leave your physical body and you return to source, there isn't a separate being like a bald guy waiting there ready to judge you and decide whether he's gonna let you in or not. You basically review your when I say your higher self. So when you leave your body, you go back to source and you become more of what your higher self is. It's basically like your divine particle of source. Uh, you are aware of all your lifetimes. You remember everything that you'd forgotten. So you basically review your own life that you just finished up on Earth in the physical, and you have a look and see. You basically, it's like this: you check off what you accomplished. You see if there's anything that still needs further work or experiencing, and then you decide where and when you're going to incarnate again to finish off that list of to-dos. So you don't get punished or sent to a place called hell. You just review your life. You see where you could have either improved, done better, completed more of what you were supposed to do, tie up some loose ends, and then you figure out and decide on a type of incarnation where you can experience the compensation or the retribution or the karma that you created. In other words, the other side of the coin. So if you were, say, a rich man that just basically made money off the backs of others and just was very selfish, you could possibly incarnate as a laborer or a worker and work for a very wealthy but stingy man who basically squeezes every ounce of energy out of you and profits from you while you get very little. So it's just a matter of experiencing both sides of the coin and doing it in different ways. So it's not like you have to worry about being judged or punished or being written off. No one's ever written off. If you mess up 1,000 times, you get 1,001 opportunities to course correct and balance out the karma. Nobody's ever left high and dry or stranded for life. So yes, you can have the same guide for multiple lifetimes. You can have guides that were never in human form. You can also have guides that you used to know in the physical, such as friends. They could be neighbors. It could even be a great grandparent or a deceased uncle or aunt that can choose to come and serve you as a guide. It can literally be anything. Yes, you can have the same guide for multiple lifetimes. Absolutely. It's your free will choice. So whatever you and the guide decided on and agreed on, so be it. That's, with energy, all things are possible. Energy can express however it wants. It can manifest however it wants. It can experience whatever it wants. It's just when you're in human form, it seems like we're very limited. But once you leave the body, you remember everything. Your awareness expands exponentially. And then you decide where you're going to go from there. So nobody is ever written off, or you don't just get one shot and if you blow it, you're done. It doesn't work that way. Just man-made rules were designed to kind of keep people safe, control the masses, and try to make sure nobody stepped out of line or got too negative or unpleasant. But you can't always control that. If a soul was bent on coming and wreaking havoc on Earth, it's going to do it one way or the other. Okay. Had some good questions here. And if you're not sure how to connect with guides, you can learn through meditation. Meditation takes practice. You got to, be patient with it. But there are guided meditations online as well, if you need a bit of extra help, that can guide you to learn how to connect with the other side, with receiving intuitive hits, getting familiar with your guide. Some of them reveal themselves as an image. They show you what their face looks like. Some just give you a symbol or a sign. Some just give you a feeling or sensation. Everybody's different, so you can't control how they connect with you, but you can learn to strengthen your intuition. Every single person has intuition. You just have to work that muscle. You have to practice it, whether it's a physical muscle or a psychic muscle. The more you use it, the better you get, and everybody's going to be on a different level. Results vary. It just depends on how much effort you want to put into it. Okay. Okay, let's see what else. Okay. If any of you have any other questions, or if there's something you'd like to see more of on social media like Facebook and Instagram or YouTube, if you have any other ideas, I've tried Q&As before. Didn't seem to take off well. It was very sporadic. People have busy lives. They're focusing on 20, 30 different things, so it's understandable. But if there was something specific you're wanting more of, or is there something you need more of, whether it be classes, education, more healing, just let me know, and I'll see what Spirit comes up with for me. Okay, let's see. Where else are we going? Anybody else? If anybody is new here and they're not sure what we're doing, I'm channeling live psychic messages, but I'm also taking general questions about spirit. So if you're on a spiritual journey and you'd like some more info, or not sure about something or curious about something, feel free to ask. At the beginning of the chat, I did post my website as well. On my website, it's got a link to not only my book, Simply Spirit, but also my top favorite reads that I found were the most helpful to me. There's a great list of books on there. All the books I read that I found were my favorite, my best. It was super insightful and helpful. I've listed them all there on my site, so you can check that out as well. Excuse me. Okay. So I knew we were going to have a small group. I just need to ask, okay, now I got to remember your name. We were texting earlier on this evening. You were asking me about whether I was going live today. I said, yes, I was. I gave you the time. I don't remember what your username was. Geez, I'm usually really good with names, and I was talking to you earlier or texting with you, and I don't remember. So if you're online now, let me know. Don't know if you made it or found the link online. Kate. Was it Kate? I think it was Kate. Kate from Aussie. Kate from Australia. If you found the link, let me know if you're on here. In the meantime, if anybody else has more questions, I'll be happy to answer. Okay, let's see. Do some souls come from other places or galaxies? Absolutely. Not every soul comes from the earth plane or has been on the earth plane before. I very recently was informed that I'm one of those that, so I'm both an old soul but brand new on this planet. So from what I've gathered, and I can't prove or disprove it, is in one sense I'm an old soul in terms of other areas or places I've come from. But in terms of being in the earth plane, apparently what I've heard is this is my first one. Can't prove it. I don't tap into that kind of thing. So apparently I'm on my first one on this planet, but I've had many from other areas. So yes, some of us are from other galaxies, other solar systems, dimensions, you name it. The physical planet Earth is just one tiny little speck of dust in the universe or the multiverse. So yeah, we come from all over the place. Our energies are so blended and varied. I don't even know how the extent of it. Infinity is beyond a human mind's comprehension. So that's all I can share on that. Good question though. If so, can we ever leave and try a new place? or we're stuck here matriculating with humans. So you're not stuck here. You can bounce from place to place, planet to galaxy, whatever you like. Whatever your soul has it planned for you, it'll do it. So you're not stuck here. Usually you're on the earth plane until you finish the job you set out to do on earth. So if it takes you 1 lifetime or 10 or 50, you're going to stay here until that's done. When that's finished, you get to go wherever you like. So your next one, you maybe have to come back to earth because you didn't finish off yet, but you're not stuck here forever. You will be able to go to other places and realms for sure. And I got to ask you, that word matriculating, I haven't seen that word in a long, long time. It's not common here in Canada. I know I used to. Are you British by any chance? This is for short stacks. Are you British? And can you explain the exact meaning of matriculating? I have a rough idea because when I was at school, where I'm from, it was a former British colony. We used matriculating instead of saying grade 12. We called it matric. It wasn't called grade 12. That was because of we were ruled by the British. It was a British colony, and at that time, instead of saying grade 12, they would call it matric. So I have an idea of what it means. Okay. Yeah, and some people will remember lifetimes from places that don't look like they are on Earth. Very, very different colors and structures and shapes and scenery. Some people remember that. So yeah, who knows where you've been in other lives? You could have come from anywhere, literally. A lot of us have ties to Atlantis or Lemuria or star seeds. I don't know the half of it. There's so many different galaxies and places. But good questions. Good questions. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that probably explains why some people are on a very, very, very different wavelength to, I like to affectionately call them muggles, not in a derogatory way. I like to call people that are not open and still basically, they like sleepwalkers. They're muggle. They're just very 3D. They're only aware of the physical environment. They do not tune in or tap in or aware of spirit at all. And that's fine because that's where they're at. So we have such varied levels of awareness between people here. It's like a mix of totally unconscious to some of us are just like breaking through and waking up and connecting and or remembering past lives, to a few handful of beings that are so enlightened. All they're doing is holding space and supporting the energy of the planet. Like Tibetan monks, for example. They live to pray and support Mother Earth and the energies and just serve. They are real service type people. They don't have a lot of desires. They're not materialistic at all. They just, they know their purpose. They want to follow the soul purpose and nothing else. And they're disciplined and they know very much, they're very clear on why they are here. And they just get on with that. At some point, we will be there or have already been there. There's no linear order with spirit. So in the past life, you could have been a spiritual genius. You could have been very, very gifted. You could have been something very, very different on the opposite side of the spectrum. There's no linear order. Things don't always go from low to high like we think they do. So it's some people will, for example, the first half of their life be like a saint. They can be almost like a Mother Teresa, and the second half they could literally flip and be the polar opposite. It is rare, but it happens. I've heard of cases. They can go from being tuned into spirit and switched on to all of a sudden seemingly going backward and regressing so much. But that's from our perspective. We look at things linearly, but from spirit, there's no first, second, back to front, last. It's There's no rules, no set way. Okay. Anybody else have any questions, comments? I just want to make sure everybody's had their question answered. We still have a few minutes, so I'll stay on for a bit longer just to make sure everyone's had a chance to ask whatever they want to ask. Okay, if there aren't any, I'll wait another minute or two, then I'm gonna I'll just end the live. If no one else is gonna ask, I'll shut it down early, a few minutes early. But before you go, please tune in 2 weeks from now. Hold thumbs, fingers, whatever. I hope I'm on Facebook again with the lives. My page is active. I just cannot go live. I had a suspension there, a lot of technical nonsense with that. So hope to be live on Facebook. If not, worst case, I'll be back on YouTube. So please share and invite anyone else who may be interested. Please follow me on Instagram as well. I'm building that up as a backup because I've realized I can't rely on one platform just in case. So those of you who are Instagram users, please follow me. Got some nice videos and pictures on there that you would enjoy as well. Yeah, missing Facebook. It's been a couple of months since I've been live on Facebook. All I can do is post and upload a few videos and pictures. That's about it for now. And my reach is not getting very far because I had to start again all over a brand new account. So be harder for people to find me or notice me. My reach isn't quite as good. So if you could also help me out with that, please share some of my posts. And anybody who's, if they feel aligned to, not just anybody, but anyone you feel might be interested or aligned to follow me on Facebook so I can get the reach further out again, get the notifications out there so people can be more aware. I'd be appreciated very much. I'd like to reach as many people as possible. And I think that's all I can think of right now. So last call, everyone. I'm going to close her down in the next half minute or so. Thanks again for all your questions. You had some really good questions tonight. Very helpful questions. Check out that podcast if it interests you. I'll post the link in the chat as well. It's also on my Instagram and Facebook pages, the link to the podcast I had. It's also on my YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, I posted it today. So if you want to listen to a podcast, I think it's roughly an hour, but it's got these nice, she detailed these segments with the topics. So you can watch it segments at a time. If there's specific topics you would like to focus on. It was really fun, enjoyable. I'm going to do a few more in future with some other hosts, and I will post those once they are ready. So I think it was a pretty decent live tonight, considering. So until next time, thanks for joining, everybody. Thanks for your comments and questions, participation. Hope to see you again in 2 weeks. Have a fantastic Friday tomorrow and an awesome weekend, everybody. Take care and peace and blessings until next time. Bye for now.